listening to the CHGO Bears Podcast, presented by DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook. Download the app. Use promo code CHGO when you sign up. What's going on, Bears fans? Adam Hoge, Mark Carman, Nicholas Moreano. How you doing? You didn't chuck any headphones right before the show started today?
I'm great. I think there's a weird vibe going on in here today.
Why is there a weird vibe?
I don't know. I got here early today. Me and Chris were hanging out, just doing an outstanding job, and we were vibing. And then you came in with a bag of 25 pieces of pizza that I think you ate every single one of them. Which congratulations, that was a great.
I did not. I didn't even eat half of them.
You didn't even eat half of them.
No.
You literally never stopped eating for like 20 minutes over there. That was amazing. Not that I was monitoring your eating.
It seems like you were.
This dude, what pizza was that?
It's a place called Pizza Italia in Libertyville.
Okay.
Solid spot.
Okay, it looked. Big news here. Dylan Cole's a Bear. I know everyone's excited about the undrafted free agent that came out of the Missouri State. Missouri State also a Bear. We'll get to that in 1 second. But there's a microwave right there. Wouldn't you want to heat up the pizza before you eat the pizza?
No, cold pizza, baby.
I get it. I like cold pizza, but I would have heated that up.
I'm not a cold pizza guy.
I don't understand cold pizza people. Yeah. It tastes terrible. Cardboard with I don't get it. It's horrible. You don't want to warm it up and like melted
cheese. Not if it's good tavern style pizza. It tastes really good.
The downside though of the microwave.
Luke is official. This is the first time that Luke has ever been with me. I think on anything I've ever said. So this is a moment for me.
I mean, if I'm.
I got stuck. Like I don't get it.
I put it in the oven. I don't microwave it.
So that's an upper level move.
Step.
Yeah, I don't have the patience for that. I got to eat the thing. If I'm hungry, let's go. But you just
air fryer.
You cold pizza people. I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't really have much more to say about that other than I like cold pizza, and I'm not gonna make it a big thing. I just do. I'm happy that
Brandon saying it's my worst take ever.
Wow. Yeah, see, I don't think it's that. This is one of those things where it's like I can acknowledge why some people would think it's weird eating cold pizza, so I'm not going to fight it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like that you're in a non-fighting mood to start the show today.
It's not like I do not understand why anybody would like Purdue basketball, but that's something I would fight.
Fighting mood.
That's
fighting mood is back.
That's something else I would fight. It's good to see Braggs in the comments today acknowledging the T-shirt that I wore yesterday. Finally, by the way, we decided right before the show I'm wearing that every Wednesday on the show for the next year,
which was a great idea by this show.
Great idea.
I also would like to throw out that I had the fortune to have lunch with Gregory Braggs yesterday.
Oh,
and we went right across the street. I don't even know where we went.
Wait, how? I was here. You were sitting with me.
I know.
When did you leave to go?
I know.
Lunch?
He said that he was leaving.
He left,
and then he didn't. He doesn't leave. He hangs in some corner, and then he just reappears.
Wait, what?
Time
out. He left. He said goodbye. You and I continued to work over there for like at least 45 minutes.
Right. And then
I said goodbye. Have a great day, everyone. You were still sitting there.
And he reappeared.
Yes,
that all happened.
He lingered.
So he was that mad about the shirt that he had to leave.
He was in Jake's office.
He was in Jake's office. But he's a lingerer.
Does Jake know that Braggs was in his office?
Yes.
They were talking.
Jake, they were communicating.
Oh.
But he's a lingerer.
I didn't even see Jake yesterday.
Linger.
Yeah,
I said goodbye to Jake yesterday.
For quite a while.
Yeah, but
he is a lingerer.
He's a lingerer, and he's a great tipper.
He's lingy.
Crossroads. You guys went to Crossroads.
We went to Crossroads, and he tipped like a madman. If you see Braggs at your restaurant, you're a lucky guy.
Like Braggs, one thing I know about Braggs is a generous individual.
He is a generous Braggs.
He's got a great heart.
I don't think he's ever actually
terrible basketball takes,
and just a bad athlete. What was the score yesterday with you in ping pong?
Oh,
and
I don't even want to say it out loud. It was that bad.
I'll say it. It was
21 to
2. I think it was 2.
It was 21-2.
21-2. To 2. And I'll say this, because props to Coach Carm. I think I got you going here. I mean, Braggs didn't even play that bad. You just worked him.
Braggs played horrible.
Well, he can't. He's got a little bit of a mobility issue.
He's on the injury list.
So there's a There's a side to. I mean, we're talking about ping pong too, and not tennis. Okay, Mubs, we'll get to football talk. Buddy,
I mean, if I had known that you guys were going to lunch, I would have gone. I would have taken a later train home.
I asked.
You didn't ask me. We all thought Braggs left.
I mean, I was trying to focus. We had Khari Blasingame on the show yesterday, which, by the way, that
was a great conversation by you guys. You guys did a fantastic job. He was awesome. Got the Sandalwood candle.
I mean,
the fact that he went to Target and got the Sandalwood candle is the greatest accomplishment this show's ever had, at least that I've been a part of.
I can't believe that I made the Bears fullback get a candle.
Was that you?
Yeah.
Did you brought up Candlewood?
I mean, of all the directions,
Sandalwood.
of all the outcomes of an interview with a Bears player, going to Target and buying a candle is not one I would have
ever put on the list.
But I love it. That's the commitment.
Khari, we love you, and we need to have you back on so you can break down the latest Tennessee Titan that's here.
I was going to say, I wish we had known that yesterday. We could have had him break down Dylan Cole. Right?
I can tell you that he was born May 19th, 1994 in Springfield, Missouri. He's the son of Tacoma and Tracy Cole of Rogersville, Missouri. He's got 3 siblings, and Devin and Dalen and Danae, Danae. He's been a banged up Dylan Cole. He's had a torn ACL. He's missed time with a dislocated wrist. He's missed time with a back injury. And he's made his way around the NFL from the Texans to the Titans, and now the Bears are Dylan Coling.
Lawrence, can you bring up that video I sent you earlier of this guy?
Yeah.
I'll give you a second. Here's what I know about Dylan Cole. First of all,
you know what? And Bragg's saying Markopedia. Yeah, that's right. I haven't watched Dylan Cole tape. Neither has anyone else, including Dylan Cole's family. But keep going.
Damn it! Now I'm gonna come off like the football nerd again. I didn't seek out Dylan Cole tape. I did watch some highlights yesterday. I'll say that. The dude loves to play special teams. He will pop you if you're not paying attention.
I hope this is the one video that I'm thinking of. Or is this the video? Oh,
no. This is different.
Oh, okay.
This is a video on his Twitter account from February 10th of him using a Corona can as a tea.
That's just wasting beer.
Well, that's why I'm a little... If the can had been empty, I'm all for it, but...
Probably wouldn't have stayed, though. It needed a little bit of weight.
The ball's the weight.
Form's decent, a little stiff, good follow through.
I'm not worried about the swing. I'm worried about the murder of a beer.
If that was a Goose Island can, that would be major red flag.
Look at the focus. So look at the head down on the ball. I'm all about the swing.
Head
stays down. That's a good job. That's a good job right there.
My swing is god awful.
So you like the signing?
I officially love the signing. Okay. This dude's focus. He's going to stare at ball carriers, focus, and crush. Cole, Bears, Poles. And by the way, Braggs, that compilation of information wasn't just from Karmapedia. It was from multiple websites, you jerk.
None of which you cited.
What? Why do I got to cite where I picked facts out of? Come on.
I did go back and see.
Wikipedia they cite everything.
That is true, they do.
It's not ever Wikipedia. Rise and shine, Wikipedia.
Albert says, "Rise and shine, Cramapedia."
That's really taking.
Cram. I want everybody in the comments to know that Cram has made its way into our in-house Slack.
Mm-hmm. I saw that today.
It's true. It has.
I mean, even Cram himself, third person to himself.
I crammed myself. Cram. Cram apparently did not do a great job with title and description yesterday fully, which Lawrence and I will have to have a conversation after the show about my steps there. You
don't want to do it now in the middle of a show?
No, I'd rather not.
Well, now I think I know that it's Braggs' fault, though. You obviously rushed through your headlines and descriptions because Braggs wanted to go out to lunch.
I did prioritize hanging with Braggs over clips at one point yesterday. It's true. And then but I got a point. That's on me.
Can we see the? Let's show everybody the candle in case they didn't see it. So if you missed, first of all, if you missed our interview with Khari Blasingame, go back, check it out. But we had a little conversation about Target and errands, and he's a candle guy, big candle guy. We recommended the Sandalwood, and I think Lawrence recommended it. Mm-hmm. He's in the comments too, though. And Khari, a few hours later, tweeted he went out to Target and got the Sandlewood.
That's
huge. Amazing. It's a great development.
It's possibly my best athletic accomplishment in my life.
Does that mean that he enjoyed the conversation with us? I think it does, right? He enjoyed hanging out. If he didn't, he wouldn't have done that. So I think Khari is a friend of ours now. Can we say that? That Blasingame
friend of the program.
Friend of the program.
Friend of the show.
I mean, we don't have that many friends of the program, so this is a big moment for us.
Everybody in the chat is a friend, Carm.
I mean, sure, Matthew Gregory and Torian and Brandon and Doug and
Gary Ross
and Gary and
Don Burr.
I mean, these are friends, but they don't play for the Bears, so this is, they don't want to rank people, but this is a good move. I think everybody on the show has got to feel good about this, including fake Khari Blasingame in the comments.
Fake Khari Blasingame says Sandlewood is the fullback of Candle Sense.
Wow. Anytime I hear the word Sandalwood, I think of Anchorman, where Ron Burgundy says something about Sandalwood when you guys brought it up.
Does he?
I don't remember that.
Oh, it's in one of them.
Huh. You sure he's not talking about a nice rich mahogany in his den?
He says that too, I'm pretty sure.
Do we think Blasingame is Nagy and Nagy is Blasingame, or they're two different people?
You mean,
like
I
it's
think
the
that guy
same
runs
person
both.
does both?
Yes.
I think so.
They're both in the comments at the same time, though,
be a
and
lot
you
of-
can't be logged in the same account.
I don't know. They're
That's a lot of
talking
work.
to
You
each
can
other.
make
I feel
multiple.
like there could be
I guess you could have two computers.
two computers. I mean, this could be a very talented individual.
Okay.
Whether it's 1, 2, or 10, I'm
real
in.
people in the comments are with me on cold pizza. That much is very clear.
Are they?
What's up, Ron?
It's not
Oh
even-
wait, it's to address Hunter's comment. The Duke, of course, is a friend of the program. I mean, that should be.
the Duke's,
the
Duke's not on.
you don't have
He's
to
not a
say.
friend. He's
No, he is the program.
He is the right. He's
We'll be closer friends when we finally get to go to Duke Island.
Is this true?
I'll just throw that out there. All right. Carm did a big research project
I did.
this morning, which scares me.
which also came from a comment yesterday, which I should.
Yeah, no, I think it was from 2 days ago.
2
we
days.
had a super chat, which apologies, I don't remember off the top of my head.
I think it was it Dylan Ochoa who did it?
Might have been. But we had a super chat.
I think
Martin
that's right.
Ochoa?
Martin Ochoa.
I think it was,
Martin. My
yeah.
bad, Martin.
Where do the Bears wide receivers rank among the NFL's best right now? Which is a hard question to answer right on the spot. So Carm went to work.
So here's what I did. I took, because we are nothing if not optimists on this show, CHGO Bears. We knew the Bears were going to get the number 1 overall pick. Before that, we partly knew that they were going to win 11 games last year. That didn't happen. But we, spun it into the greatest thing that's ever happened in the franchise since 1985, which is hopefully will turn out to be accurate. But so what I did was I took the best year of DJ Moore, the best year of Chase Claypool, the best year of Darnell Mooney, and combined that all into one season. So let's put that as where they have gotten there. So let's see if the Bears hit their top level that they've done before, the Bears receivers. It looks like this. DJ Moore, 118 catches for 1,193 yards. Claypool, 62 catches for 873 yards. Mooney, 81 catches for 1,055 yards. Put that all together, you get 261 catches for 3,121 yards. Now, if you look at, say, we went around the horn here. If we go to the Dolphins, last year, we're not doing tight ends. So for the Dolphins, it's Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, and Trent Sherfield. They have less catches, 224 to 261, and slightly more yards, 3,483. The Bengals, with Chase, Higgins, and Boyd, less yards, 2,837. The Vikings, Jefferson, Thielen, Osborne. Now we know, of course, guys that moved on, Adam Thielen, who knows, maybe he'll end up in Chicago. 3,175, same number, 50 more yards for Minnesota. The Bills, Diggs, Gabe Davis, Isaiah McKenzie, 2,688. The Lions, St. Brown, Raymond, DJ Shark, 2,279, way better. The Eagles, Brown, Devonta Smith, Quez Watkins, 3,046, same. So
the summary here.
The summary is that
Bears, with those projected numbers, if everybody reached their career highs in catches between those three, the Bears would rank second among the only team that would rank higher than them is the Vikings. They would have more than the Bengals, Bills, Lions, Eagles.
Yeah, and
Dolphins are on top.
Yep, right.
The Dolphins. So it's Dolphins, Vikings, Bears.
But the takeaway is the takeaway, and Adam Thielen's a Carolina Panther. I should have said a second ago. But the takeaway is this: if the Bears play to the level that they're capable of playing, the Bears receivers, they should have a top 5 receiver crew.
What did you just call Adam Thielen?
He's a Carolina Panther.
Oh, okay. I thought you said his name differently.
Did
I could have sworn you said like Adam Kaliznik.
Well,
It's a pizza. It's a cold pizza.
I heard DJ Shark earlier, but that was maybe
Shark?
that's me.
Shark.
Shark.
Sorry, my brain misfired.
DJ.
Here's my thing, though, about the Bears potentially having 261 catches.
Yeah.
Justin Fields only threw 318 passes last year.
Right.
Yes.
We have
Of the 192 completions.
Yep.
So there'd be but I think we could all project a higher
Outlook.
So 61 would be 68 more catches just between those 3 players, not even taking account running backs, Cole Kmet, Robert Tonyan, Equanimous St. Brown.
right.
So
It's let me rephrase. If you want to be optimistic about what the Bears receivers are capable of with a second year of Luke Getsy, a third year Justin Fields, and just an overall significant step forward like they did this year when they scored 30 points a game for 4 straight games, you can certainly make an argument that they could end up as a top 5 crew next year.
yeah.
And not be a complete idiot saying it. That's pretty balanced.
But I also think it's unrealistic to think that DJ Moore, Chase Claypool, and Darnell Mooney are all going to reach their career highs in numbers.
Unrealistic, correct.
Mm-hmm.
But they don't have to be top 5. Let's
Yeah.
They can be 10% down from it. Share the wealth. Look. Bottom line, no argument. They're in a way better place right now than they were a year ago today, 3 weeks ago today.
Now, I have this is going to kind of blend the conversation with our next topic, which is who would be the most controversial pick at number 9, which we have a poll on Twitter right now if you want to check it out. We'll talk about that in a second. But one of the reasons why I am not specifically ruling out drafting Jackson Smith and Jigba is not to be Mr. Negative here, but why are the Bears in such a better position from a wide receiver standpoint?
Because of DJ Moore?
Because of DJ Moore. Now, if you're doing your job properly as an NFL front office, you need to, as hard as it is, picture life without 1 or 2 of these players because injuries are a thing that happen in football.
Uh-huh.
So if you're that dependent on one guy to completely change your wide receiver room and take your quarterback to the next step, that's risky to me. So I am personally not against them taking a swing at a wide receiver early in the draft just because they added DJ Moore, because you're going to need more than that.
I would say there's a lot of teams, though, that are in that situation. Like, if you take, let's say, Justin Jefferson away from the Vikings.
Sure.
And now Adam Thielen, your second leading receiver, is also gone. Like, they're obviously not in an ideal situation itself, right?
Sure, but they have a veteran quarterback who's not dependent on Justin Jefferson to develop. That's what's so scary. Like, I'm all for. Like, I'm not trying to be negative here. I'm just saying, like, to completely dismiss the idea of adding more wide receivers just because they got DJ Moore is scary to me.
I would be very surprised if the Bears at some point in this draft don't pick at least one wide receiver. I'd also be surprised if they didn't trade out of 9. I'd be stunned if they didn't trade out of 9 and picked a wide receiver there. I don't think they have the luxury to do that. But I think at some point he's got to like someone who can add into that room.
Yeah, Jaden Reed's a guy that's not going to go probably day 1, maybe
like
not day
Jaden
2. Michael Wilson from Stanford's another probably later round. There's some guys that you can get in the later rounds that I think would be a nice asset to the Bears wide receiver room as a whole. So I'm all for adding more wide receivers to the current core that they already have.
The amount of wide receivers who have been dynamic players in the NFL who came out of the second round is enormous. And, of course, the Bears have 3 picks in the second round. So there's that.
Yep. Hey, we got a new sponsor to tell you about.
All right.
Before we get into it, because
really
we are going to kind of debate some of those controversial draft picks here. But Fubo TV.
I love Fubo TV. Longtime Fubo guy right here.
Welcome aboard to CHGO. 140-plus live channels of sports, shows, movies, and news. You can stream live TV from any device. And when you sign up, you can start watching immediately with a 7-day free trial. No contract, no cable, no hassle. You just sign up, start watching. You get 1,000 hours of cloud DVR included and no extra charge, which is a great feature. And you can watch your local teams while traveling, which is big. Lot going on right now in the sports world. The obviously, we got the NCAA tournament going on. There's college hockey, if you're into that.
Don't sleep on the women's tournament. Let's go, Caitlin Clark. Domination out in Seattle. Hawkeyes.
She is appointment TV. Caitlin Clark.
She really is.
Yeah. And unlike some competitors, you can watch the Cubs on Marquee with Fubo TV. So use the link in the description to sign up. It's right down there in the description for you. Sign up. You'll get 15% off your first month of Fubo Pro. Again, sign up with the link in the description. Welcome, Fubo, to the show.
Watch your Fubo while you're wearing your
Focused. I was going to go there, Mark. I had that, but I'm glad you said it because Chicago, you already got the best coverage for your favorite team. So get fitted out in the best sports gear around. Foco's got you covered from Soldier Field to the front room, north or south side with hoodies, slippers, signs, bobbleheads, and everything in between. Get decked out like DeMar with apparel from the leader in sports merch and collectibles, Foco. And if you're looking for the perfect gift for the basketball fan, baseball fan, hockey fan in your life, Foco's got you covered with hoodies to fight that Lake Michigan breeze. Check out FOCO.com or click the link in the description below for all non-presale items. Use a promo code CHGO for 10% off.
And CHGO Bears offseason coverage is brought to you by the ComEd Energy Efficiency Program. Learn more at ComEd.com/poweringbiz. So we put a poll out on our CHGO Bears Twitter account.
And now it is on the YouTube page.
Now it's also on the YouTube.
Maybe it differs.
Timing.
We'll see.
Lawrence.
Who would be the most controversial pick at number 9? Your options are Jalen Carter, Bijan Robinson, Peter Skoronski, Jackson Smith-Njigba.
When we were discussing this before the show, Hoge and I were adamant that it absolutely 1,000% would be Jalen Carter. But apparently that's not how it's being voted on in Twitterland. Correct, Adam Hoge?
Yeah, let's update this right
here. Let's get an updated situation.
And while you do that, Joe is sending a super chat for us saying that drafting JSN would save them approximately $20 million in the next 2 years because they can let Mooney or Claypool walk.
Possibly.
Yeah, that is an option.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure they got to worry about that until they have to pay Justin Fields, but it's a decent point. Right now, Bijan Robinson running away with it at 56.9%. Jalen Carter is number 2 at 28.3%. Third, with only 9% of the vote, Jackson Smith-Njigba. And then coming in last, which I guess is somewhat surprising considering how everyone seemed to be so upset about Peter Skoronski the other day. Peter Skoronski is last with 6%. So,
and I think that one's interesting because of all the talk about Peter Skoronski. Because if you said you're drafting Skoronski and he's playing tackle, Bears fans will hate you for it. Absolutely hate you. But if you're also drafting a guard in the top 10, you also hear Bears fans saying, absolutely not. You don't draft a guard in the top 10. So I guess when we look at the guys that we put on here at 6%, it makes sense. But I just know he's been a very polarizing guy these last couple of days.
Yeah. I don't know.
I mean, they're clearly not going to draft a running back considering everything they've done this offseason. But I would also think that at some point in the draft that they would take a swing at a running back as well. But that would be like, Would Poles be as skill position focused to draft a quarterback, a running back, and a receiver in this upcoming draft? Would he do that? And if he doesn't do that, like, which one gets crossed off first?
By the way, I could totally see that happening. You have 10 picks.
Right, they could. Obviously.
I right now would be shocked if they don't draft a wide receiver. I would be shocked if they don't draft a running back. And considering that P.J. Walker is the only other quarterback in that room right now besides Justin Fields, it wouldn't shock me at all. I wouldn't say it's as big of a priority, but I could totally see them drafting a quarterback too later.
I think that's the last one, though. It probably you think wide receiver, running back, but quarterback would probably be last for me if I'm looking at it, even though they do have the 10 picks. But you still need to have depth at those positions. And Deontay Foreman's not a sure thing. Khalil Herbert still needs to prove itself. You need another running back in that room. And we just talked about wide receivers and how you need depth at that position. So definitely a possibility.
It is also interesting to me that people didn't just go all in on Jalen Carter in this. Like, are Bears fans...
I think they picture it as value at 9.
Right.
And the talent that he still has.
Right. And
that's the thing.
Exactly. And
I guess what I don't understand is if Jalen Carter...
It's the biggest swing.
If you're okay with Jalen Carter, you think it's less risky at 9, then why is Peter Skoronski's arm length so risky? When he could easily slide into guard.
So, yeah, that's the thing.
Like, that's what I don't understand. Like, those don't add up to me. Monty says $4.99. You think people don't want the Bears to draft Skoronski because it isn't sexy and are using the arm length as an excuse?
You think people don't want the Bears to draft because
I don't know why people. I don't know. I'm not one of those people, so I don't know.
Yeah,
There seemed to be an incredible amount of pushback to Peter Skoronski the other day.
Well, they're pushing back on the fact that, like, you're saying that, or the people were saying that you're saying that he's definitely a tackle.
Which is not what I said.
Which is not exactly what you said, exactly.
At all.
So that was the pushback. But to Monsi's point, I think there is a lack of sexiness to drafting an offensive lineman that would be, I think most Bears fans will look at like, that's reasonable, that's a position of need. You clearly think that, I would hope that you're drafting who you have as the best player on the board, and I'm not going to, instantly run out and buy a bottle of my favorite whiskey and or whatever you do for fun in life because they just drafted an offensive lineman, because it's not exactly the most exciting thing to watch on the football field versus someone like Jackson Smith and Jigba who will be sprinting to the end zone and hugging Justin Fields. That sounds a lot more fun to me. They're not going to do that, but that would be like, that's why I want position players. They're more fun to watch.
I just think it's super interesting that I really do think Ryan Poles has been sticking to best player available, both in the draft and free agency. Like, pretty much every decision we've seen him make is based on that. Mm-hmm. And I do think there'd be a small riot if they drafted Bijan Robinson. But what if we all think he's talented as hell. What if he's truly the best player available at 9 and nobody's calling the trade up? Don't you think, based on what we've seen from this general manager so far, that it's not like he would go down the list and go to the next guy just because he's a running back?
Depending on where he would go, when you overdraft someone, I don't have a huge problem with it. But I do have a problem, like when the Patriots, who did they take last year? Who was that offensive lineman they took? They literally drafted him 3 rounds ahead of where he was supposed to go.
Yeah, but he turned out to be pretty good.
Oh, gosh.
Right, but you're not, like, trade back.
But what if they tried? Everyone always says that. Trade. What if nobody's calling?
Then roll the dice. If he's really going to be a 3rd-round pick, then roll the dice and take somebody that's like.
But how do you? But if
Cole Strange, there you go. Cole Strange. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much.
If there's one team that thinks he's worthy of taking, then don't you think there's another one?
Probably.
We get too caught up in sometimes these media mock drafts and don't really
I was listening
pay attention that what's going on internally in the NFL is oftentimes very different.
Yeah, I was listening to the Athletic Football Show, and there's one of the GMs, former GM, was on there. It's like, trading back is difficult. Like, it's just not something where, we're just going to trade back. Like, you obviously need 2 to tango, right, to make this happen. And it's like, it's not as easy as just saying it. So, yeah, it's no guarantee.
Oh, come on.
Cram Strange.
Braggs is drinking.
Thursday, 12:30.
Seth Crane with a $5 super chat. Skoronski falling to a team like the Steelers/Pats and becoming an all-pro is my worst nightmare. Seen it too many times. I was watching a good amount of Skoronski tape yesterday. I was watching him against Wisconsin and watching him against Nebraska, a game you were at on the sidelines. You know how I kind of describe his tape?
Want to know?
Boring. It's so damn consistent.
Yeah.
That it's just like, it's boring, which is how it's supposed to be.
That's true.
It's a compliment because it's like, wow, literally every play is the same. They're just, they're trying to avoid him because they know how good he is, and then someone tries to run. Nope, not working. He blocked you.
I was watching Brandon Thorne. He does like these in-depth breakdowns that he did with Skoronski, and the thing that he kept going back to was like his patience, how he kind of approaches each and every rush. Into your, like what you were just saying, Adam, he's the same approach every single time, and that's what makes him such a good prospect.
I hate consistent people like that.
Yeah.
Seriously, the dude that gets up every day at 5 a.m. and is at the gym at 5:15, like Kevin Kadek. I mean, the guy does it every single day. The dude's just
hair always looks great too. Like
hair looks great, always on point. Like, where do these people come up with this level of consistency? Where is the dishevelment that I like to bring to the table?
It's right over here. It's right here. I got you. I got you on the dishevelment over here.
The dishevelment.
Wake up at different times. Don't really want to get out of bed.
Yeah, I woke up at like 8 o'clock, 8:15 today, 8:30.
I mean, how do these people learn just
really?
the ritual?
Yeah.
How?
Well, first of all, I was up till like 1:30 cutting Khari Blasingame clips that
And
were.
writing descriptions and headlines?
Well, I didn't write all of them, no.
Come on, Cram.
But yeah, the kid sort of. I slept through the kid like getting up and leaving. She came in and I got a nice hand grab when she was leaving, and then that was it.
Amazing.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, it was pretty nice.
Carm, all it takes is determination from Torian. Okay. All right, I get it, Torian. All it does is it takes determination. Who
It's
has
a
are
lot more
tougher.
than determination.
Who has determination every single day at
Some
5
days are
a.m.?
tough.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Who are these people?
Yeah, it ain't me.
That was like Bragg's yesterday. His solution to us dealing with the Kennedy traffic: wake up at 5 a.m.
Yeah,
No,
that was ridiculous.
Right, got to be out.
What? No, that doesn't. No,
that doesn't help anybody.
that's just gonna make me tired, and I still have to help get my kid out the door for school.
But Kadek's not.
you can't just wake up at 5 and leave.
Kadek's not tired. He gets up. He gets his energy going. He gets the workout in. He's sitting at the desk right now, like focused on making the company go to the moon. I mean,
I don't know.
These people aren't tired.
Has anyone actually seen this guy work out? Do we know? Are you just taking his word for it?
I mean,
Like, we know
seems-
Nick works out because every meeting we have over Zoom, he's on the treadmill.
It's only that
pulling the
Wednesday.
Khalil
It's only-
Mack.
He's never working out. I don't think Nick works out either. I think you just go to the gym
goes
and
to
look
the gym.
around. I swear to God,
He
you
gets a
just look around.
smoothie. Yeah.
I mean, he's
They
not.
they have fantastic smoothies.
5:15 a.m. Monday meeting. We can see Kevin in action.
There's
Sounds
a
awful.
0% chance I'll be on that meeting.
It'll just be Kevin.
Especially because I'll be in Arizona and it'll be 3:15 a.m. there.
Okay. You have an excuse.
But even if it was
not
Eastern time,
yeah.
6:15, I wouldn't be there.
Me neither.
Go ahead with Freight Car. Love you, Freight Car. $5.
That just reminded me of your tweet this morning to that guy who complimented our car.
Well, his handle was Fat Man. I said thank you.
You responded, "Thank you, fat man."
If you're going to use Fat Man as your handle, you deserve a thank you, Fat Man, when you say that we did a great interview.
It's a great way to start my morning. Freight Car, $5 super chat. How controversial would it be if they went best player available and drafted a corner, Gonzalez or Witherspoon, etc.? I don't think that would be controversy at all. I think they need a corner.
They do. But I feel like there would be also another position like running back where fans would not be the most happy with it. Because, again,
Why?
it's you have a good secondary.
Corner is a premium position.
It is. But they also don't have your right tackle. You still don't know what the offensive line looks like. Your 3 techs still not on this team. So I'd be all for it. But I think that would be another position people would have a problem with.
They have a hole at corner, and they have our other corner who is only signed through one more season. It would be irresponsible not to address corner.
I know.
Right, but it is a. If we were talking about positions of need, where would you rank corner on the Bears right now? It would be behind. It would be behind defensive line. It would be behind offensive line. It would be behind.
Then actually,
you can make an argument that it falls anywhere else after that. That's fine.
Actually,
it'd probably come in third.
Okay. Well, that would mean that if you graded out Witherspoon and Robinson equal, you would take Witherspoon. Correct?
Probably. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not that you would grade them exactly equal, but if they were very close, would you pick the corner over the running back?
I mean, there's two ways to look at them signing Deontay Foreman, which is they spent $3 million, 1-year deal. They just don't care about investing that much in running back. Or it's they're planning on addressing it in the draft.
Deontay Foreman's way too big of a wild card who's had one good season and has not been able to stay healthy to
say that's the answer.
Even remotely think that he's the answer. Not saying that he won't have a good year. Let's go, Deontay. You got this.
But pairing him with Khalil Herbert makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Michael G, $4.99. What players would you like the Bears to target with our second and third round picks with them being so close together? 53-61.
Can we say Adetomoa is in that range and not in the top 15 like Mel Kiper was saying the other day? Because that would be a great.
I think we can.
I think that'd be a guy to look at in that range. You haven't addressed 3 tech.
Michael, I would encourage you to check out my Bears mock draft I did, my latest one.
I would too, Michael. Read Hoge every day, all day.
It's hard to fire off just 3 random players for you in the second round.
You got this. Right. And by the way, is Aaron Owens? I see Aaron Owens in the chat a lot right now. I want to know if you're still at the all-inclusive.
No, I believe he talked about hangover on the plane.
Oh,
about
that sucks. Hangover on the plane.
Hangovers on planes are just not fun.
No.
Yeah, and most likely you don't smell great, and now you're impacting the plane in a negative way. But just being realistic here, Aaron. I don't know if you can call yourself out on that you made a plane smell bad, but I'm sure you'll never do it again if you did do that. It's okay. It's better than a crying baby, by the way. Crying baby on a plane is a tough one.
That's a tough one.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
He took it like a champ, guys.
Let me tell you something, though, about people who complain about crying babies. It is way worse to be the parent with the crying baby.
I'm
than
sure it is.
to be anyone else on the plane. The
Yeah.
worst person in the crying baby situation is the parent who's responsible for the crying baby.
Very much so.
So it's one of the best examples in life where you're being tested, and empathy is the best strategy you could possibly have, which probably only 5% of the people on the plane actually do have.
Yeah, I definitely have a problem with empathy in that moment. Did you get your baby under control over there, parent? No, you're right. You're absolutely correct, Adam. And I think that's wonderful that you brought empathy into the show today, and we can all benefit if we could put more of that out into the world wherever you are.
In general, traveling, I think, is like the biggest test of like humanity these days.
It's a tough one.
It's like if you just think of everything you encounter while you're traveling, there's always frustrations. There's always something.
That'd be stressful.
I just feel like it's like it separates everyone very easily of like
who can handle
who's
things.
gonna have empathy and understanding, and who's gonna be a dickhead.
Right.
You find out really
Too many of
fast
those dickheads.
who's who in the whole thing.
Aaron Owens, respect that you didn't throw up on the flight, and also respect to anybody who, you know what I like about people when they fly. Actually, I just like about myself. I don't get the first thing on the plane thing. Why can't you just like casually get on?
Oh, you're with my wife on this one.
Yes.
I like being the last one on the
Last one on, man. Y'all can fight that thing out.
But it's worse is getting off. The people that stand up in row 30 and are trying to get
No,
ahead.
yeah,
Well,
that's
that's-
unacceptable. You can't do that.
That's if you need to get
Settle
off
down.
first. Then you should. Well, I'm talking like Southwest now, but if you need to get off first, then you should get on there as quick as you possibly can so you can be close to the front. If you're for some reason, anyway, we don't need to do this anymore.
Yes, sure. The people with connecting flights, yes, I understand your deal. most people are just getting up and being
They're
dicks
just
and want to
getting
get
up
off
and
the
going
plane
on the phone.
faster, and it's annoying.
Well, it actually frustrates me when they make an announcement and say, hey, we have 5 people on this plane that have to get off really fast. Please, everyone stay in their seats so they can get off and make their connecting flight. And everyone just ignores it and stands up and blocks them.
I've never heard airlines actually announce that.
Oh, yeah, they'll do that.
That's-
Especially at O'Hare where there's a lot of connecting flights. They'll say, hey, we have like 5 people have to get off and make this plane in 10 minutes. Please let them get off. And like half the time, people are just like oblivious and just like getting away.
Getting up
It's
and
like,
going.
come on, man. I'm different. I'm a first person on
You're a first person.
guy. I like to just get on.
That's so your personality.
No, because it's just that then I can get myself out of the way. I'm in my seat. I can put my headphones on. I can start working on my laptop because I got about 30 minutes before they're going to make me shut my laptop off.
This
Window
is Adam Hoge.
seats.
Things are organized.
Only way
I'm
to do
set. I'm together.
But every time I travel with my wife, she's like, can we just get on the plane last? What are we doing? Why do we have to get on the plane and sit there for 30 minutes?
Well, we're gonna be on the plane for 3 hours.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
I get, again, this is like the pizza thing.
Yeah, well,
I get the other side of it. I'm not going to argue it too much. And usually when I travel with my wife, we go that route.
For
It's
me,
fine.
with the wife and child, I usually will take my daughter and send the wife on first. You know, in our weird COVID days, we were like cleaning she's like cleaning
Put her
all
on the wrong
seats.
plane.
Oof.
No, but I've actually been last with my daughter to the point where they're like looking for me. Like we're just kind of roaming around the airport looking at things, and then oh gosh, I gotta go, and my wife's freaking out that we're not gonna be on the plane.
That'd
So
be
that's fun.
hilarious if the plane left without you.
No, that would not be fun.
And then your wife was just like flying off to Hawaii by herself.
Well, I don't think I'd be late for that one. Nate with a super chat. We've got a lot of super chats coming in here. I'm going to just kind of start throwing these at you.
Well, let me. I think we should do an ad break and then
Okay, fine.
focus on the super chat.
Okay,
the
so
ad
I
break
will
first.
start our ad break and let you know, and it's not even an ad break in my mind, by the way. We're just all hanging out, and we don't do that on this show. We just tell you about our partners and the people that make us better. And one of those people, of course, is Game Time Tickets, which is where you should be going to get all your tickets to sports, concerts, wherever you are going to entertain yourself and spend your entertainment dollars. Use Game Time Tickets because you will be getting the best value in the secondary market. In fact, when the LA Lakers show up at beautiful United Center next Wednesday night.
That was
Did you-
beautiful Chicago Stadium.
Did you just forget where the Bulls played?
I just didn't like the way I said it. And
He doesn't think United Center is beautiful.
I don't.
He regretted saying that
I
part.
find it to be very standard would be the
Yeah,
word.
Good way to
That's very
put
standard.
it. It's very standard.
It's a good standard. It's an expensive one, but you will not get a better price anywhere else than on Game Time Tickets for Bulls and Lakers. And the Blackhawks have a ton of home games coming up. If you want to get some hockey before that
Not that
wraps
many.
up. What's that?
Not that many.
They have 4 home games in a row, I believe.
Right, I think, but it's only like 6
Yeah, and
total.
it's coming down to it. It's coming down to it. So if you want to get some hockey before it's over, like the Canucks and the Hawks on Sunday night, you can get in for $40 for up top for right now, and by Game Time might be a whole lot cheaper. Join over 15 million people have downloaded the Game Time Ticket app, Game Time Tickets, and get yourself going to your sporting events in a value that you never had before. And if you really want to help us out, buy your tickets through the link in the description. Nick.
Yep, you check out Game Time, then you got to know about ComEd, Energy Efficiency Program. It's committed to helping families and businesses in the communities we serve manage energy usage and lower energy bills now and into the future. ComEd offers a wide array of incentives on lighting and other efficiency upgrades to commercial, industrial, and public sector customers of all sizes across our territory. Customers can inquire about how to upgrade outdated lighting to energy and money-saving efficient LED lights. Learn more about network lighting to operate your lights through your mobile device and track your facility's energy usage and more. Incentives have recently increased for indoor-outdoor lighting and network lighting controls, making these projects even more cost-effective than before. Visit ComEd.com/poweringbiz now to start saving money and energy. To start a project, contact us at 1-855-433-2700. For more information, email businessee@comed.com or publicsectoree@comed.com.
Someone in the comments saying that Braggs got faked out by news again?
No.
What happened?
What happened,
did he
Gregory?
tweet?
We could send you an e-cam for you to come clean.
Gary Ross says, can we talk about how Braggs got faked out by news again?
Don't.
I just want. I'm not
We just
aware.
want to
of
get to the
this.
bottom of this.
So
He tweets a lot. I'm not going to check.
I'm checking
if
his
you find it
Twitter.
for me.
anytime Braggs brings up something,
If there's
did
one,
you see this? I'm like, where did you see that? First of all,
Show me where you
and
found
there's
it.
usually some not real Twitter account.
Okay, so I don't see anything.
I don't know. He probably deleted it. Braggs got juked. I don't know.
What was it? If for anyone who saw it in the comments, let us know. Or Braggs, you can come.
Otherwise,
clean.
we can knock out super chats. Bam.
Sure. Let's do that. We had this one up a minute ago here. It's from Nate, 499er. Says it's frustrating to see how many people discredit DJ Moore just because they want JSN. I love JSN, but DJ Moore is a top 10 to 12 guy in my opinion.
Okay, I'll take your word for it, Nate. I honestly haven't seen anybody discredit DJ Moore.
I think people are just so just wanting JSN that maybe DJ Moore makes that not as much of a possibility as it was before. But yeah.
I mean, Nate, just by today's chat, it's. I think it's way more so that people aren't sold on Ryan Poles paying both Chase Claypool and or Darnell Mooney, and looking for a playmaker to step in with value. I think that's the main reason. I don't see it as I just
think we're missing that literally every move this guy has made has been best player available. So I wouldn't rule out anything. I don't think we can. I think it would be stupid to rule out anything. Just because another move was made. Did anyone in the world think after they signed TJ Edwards that Tremaine Edmonds was going to be the next move?
Great point.
No one in the world in the city said that or would have said that.
He'd never pay big money for an off-the-ball linebacker. Never would happen. Oh, well.
He was the best player available
it.
on their free agent board, so they paid him.
Yep.
I think it's silly to rule out anything just because of a prior move that has been made.
Hashtag King Poles. Don't try to contain him. He'll go any which way. You'll be going to work on a random Thursday, thinking you're just going to hang out with CHGO Bears for a little bit at lunch break, and then out of nowhere, he'll step up and say, "You know what? We don't have enough Bears on here. We're going to go get a Missouri State Bear, and we're going to sign Dylan Cole. Damn it, let's go."
He basically told you too that had one of these quarterbacks been better than Justin Fields, he would have drafted one of the quarterbacks too.
Yeah. Yep.
He's blown away was the words.
Yep.
But obviously he thought Justin Fields was the best of the options, which I agree with.
What do we think that he thinks about Yannick Ngakoue? That I see that name from a Bears fan at least 3 times a day at this point, if not 7.
Well,
and we
Have him in the good old database, Yannick Ngakoue, and ascending player, I think, who would fit what the Bears don't have right now. Guys that can get to the quarterback.
I think Yannick Ngakoue has been incredibly consistent throughout his career. Mm-hmm. I don't think he's ascending or descending.
4 teams in the last 3 years.
He's a guy who consistently gets to the quarterback and consistently gets traded to a different team.
Yeah.
Yep. There's no
Keep that consistency going.
Right. All that's
I
true.
mean, I'm being serious.
But if you let's have this conversation.
He's had here's his career: 8 sacks, 12 sacks, 9.5 sacks, 8 sacks, 10 sacks, 9.5 sacks. How do you have all that production and yet you've been on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 teams? Been on 5 teams in 4 years, 4 teams in 3 years. And by the way,
if he was on the Bears,
been remarkably healthy and durable. He plays. He doesn't miss games.
If he was on the Bears, he would be their best edge rusher by a mile, instantly.
Yeah.
Are they trying to win next year, or are they not trying to win? That's a fair question, by the way. I'm not even saying they are.
Well, I can tell you I actually loved Yannick Ngakoue coming out of college and when he went to Vikings, obviously we saw him up close. They ended up trading him to Baltimore. He's not a good run defender.
That's
I know
the thing,
that.
yeah.
Like, he's not great against the run, and that's sort of the problem. He's kind of a one-trick pony, and that he gets to the quarterback.
We need that trick.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm just saying he's not the answer to be on the field for every down defensively.
Okay, and maybe great. That's the reason, we don't know why he's, going all these different teams, but you would like a player that can do a little bit of both. That's what you're on the field for.
I mean, he would just be a fun name to say each week. I mean, can you imagine running around here to come next September, just yelling Ngakoue, let's go. I'll give Greg Braggs a hug and do that. Let's.
Yannick Ngakoue, hug, embrace.
I think it's interesting that the Bears are obviously not done in free agency.
They got money to spend.
Got money to spend. Got holes to fill. Players still out there. Would they do something as big as Ngakoue? Doesn't seem like it, but
our guy Braggs got duped by a DeForest Buckner rumor that he asked for a trade.
Got duped by DeForest Buckner.
Oh,
asking for a trade, which did not happen. So,
how many times does that have to happen before you change your strategy for how you react to news on Twitter?
As much as I love going at Braggs, I cannot question his Twitter game. The guy's so good at it. He just sits there and hovers over it daily.
But all I'm asking is for like 5 seconds of this thing I'm reading right now. What is the source?
Where is it coming
5
from?
seconds. Then react. 5 seconds.
I'm sure he's got a great reason as to what happened or why it happened, why what happened.
Yes.
Daniel says Braggs reminds us we still do need journalists.
Yeah, that's true.
Love you, Greg.
Joe Calcagno, 199, is drafting JSN similar to the Bengals drafting JC. Jamar Chase.
No.
Well, they did have 2 wide receivers there.
Higgins and Boyd.
And
they got like their college team, the chemistry from college.
Yeah, but I guess why I'm saying no is because no one is looking at JSN on the same level they were looking at Jamar Chase.
I think that's a fair point. As much as I like JSN, Jamar Chase was...
He went number 7 over?
5 over.
5?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Not the same
JSN
level.
would feel like an overdraft at 9, whereas if Chase had fallen to 9, they would have been
That'd be
stunned.
a huge steal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Duke's awake. Duke has arisen. I'm having a rough day. I am.
Why?
I don't know. I'm stumbling over my words. My perfection that I normally bring to this podcast
It's
is
usually perfection
consistency.
every day. Yeah. The Duke says for $19.99, new fear. You got a lot of fears, Duke, living on Duke Island.
Well, you're not an island. You got nothing but time for thoughts.
That's true, yeah.
He's got to manufacture fear to get him to the next level. It's like Jordan. Just creating enemies just to get himself to the next thing. Same thing the Duke does.
What do the Panthers know about DJ Moore? I read polls told the Panthers the deal had to include Burns, Horn, or Moore. If you're drafting a new quarterback, how do you not sacrifice one of those defensive guys instead of wide receiver?
I'd like to know your source on that, Duke, because everything that I've read has been about the DJ Moore was the key to the whole deal.
No, there was the thing that I think it was Breer's piece had that there was 3 guys.
And then who
he said we would take in the deal, and then it's actually not Horn. It's because Joe Person said this.
Derek
on
Brown, right?
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, and I think it's the idea that it's easier to replace a wide receiver than those other defensive positions.
I don't think the Panthers wanted to get rid of DJ Moore, right? That wasn't. I don't think
this wasn't a situation where the guy's on the trading block. It
Yeah.
was we can potentially secure our franchise quarterback, move up to number 1, but we got to give up something. And of these 3 guys, Moore's the easiest one to give up. Now, I personally don't know that I would have thought the same way because all of a sudden you look at their wide receiver depth chart and it's good that they added Adam Thielen, but if Adam Thielen's your number 1 guy for C.J. Stroud or whoever else you're bringing in there, that's not the best way to develop a young quarterback, as this city knows well.
I would have loved Adam Thielen with the Bears. A veteran.
You had a Thielen?
I had a Thielen. I just thought he would be a great model to have in that receiving room and a good, solid, comfortable outlet for Fields. But he does not fit in the Bears' timeline, so I have never actually moved it to any level of remotely considering that the Bears would do it, but I would have enjoyed it.
Okay.
DJ Moore greater than the ghost of Adam Thielen from RM. RM's been making some solid contributions to the show.
Sonny 777 1999. Appreciate the super chat there, Sonny. Poles is playing 5-dimensional chess by rolling over the benefit of trading the first overall to a team with the chance to be a bottom 5 team and continue to trade out of these coveted picks in order to have a top 10 draft pick every year.
I
think I'm in the rare. The funny thing is like everyone combine thought the Panthers could be a sneaky team this year.
Well, it's because of the division.
For a quarterback, I know they lose DJ Moore, and that hurts them. But, yeah, they're in a bad division. They have a tremendous coaching staff that I really like. They're going to be getting –
that division was won by an under 500 Bucs team last year at 8-9.
Yeah.
And the Panthers were 7-10
the
along
Bucs
with the
are
Saints.
worse.
The Saints are –
Saints are your favorite to win that division right now.
Yeah, for sure.
But even they're not juggernauts by any means. I don't think you can rule out 6-7 wins for the Panthers at all. There's some solid players on that team.
Yeah, and going into the 2022 season, remember when the Seahawks were projected to be the worst team in the NFL, and the Bears steamrolled them in preseason, and like people were saying they're going to be the worst team. Look what they did. Like I don't think you can count on a team being just god awful. Like we see it all the time where teams make a dramatic leap from a year ago. So I wouldn't count on that.
Yeah. What else we got?
We had just a nice $4.99 donation from Bears fan.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bears fan.
Appreciate it.
thank you, Bears fan.
Appreciate you.
And then, let's see, this was from Michael McCoy. Now, I'm not sure. This was a little while ago. $5 to add to Nate's comment. It isn't so much they're discrediting DJ. I believe they should follow Miami and Philly and get Fields 2 legit wide receivers.
Why not? More wide receivers. Better for Justin Fields.
Yeah, I mean, I don't – that's another example. Like, Philly used a top 10 pick on Devonta Smith. They still went out and added Brown. Like –
premium players at premium position. I hate saying that stuff, but that's what it would be doing.
I just think it's silly to rule out wide receiver in the first round just because of. I'm not saying it's likely,
2020,
but I just think it's silly to discredit it. All right, Michael. Or did we just do that one?
Just yep.
Ryan, $4.99. Nick, last night you mentioned if you draft Skoronski or Paris top 10, they're playing left tackle. Why do you think that based on what Poles has said about Braxton?
Last night I don't know where I was last night. I wasn't here. Maybe on After Dark I think we talked about Paris Johnson.
Did you say that?
I don't know if I did or not. But I think the question was whether I would take Paris Johnson or Skoronski. I put Paris Johnson. But I don't know if playing left tackle because, I mean, Paris Johnson obviously played there, but you can move Skoronski to the right side. And that's what Daniel Jeremiah thinks can happen. But, yeah, you're upgrading the line with one of those two guys. Yep. You guys see Greg's tweet about – you see the one drill that Paris Johnson did where he's kind of doing that pass block. He's going to attempt it. Greg.
Braggs is going to attempt that?
And I know you guys were talking about his ping pong and not being able to move. So I don't know how that's going to work out.
I highly recommend you don't attempt that.
If you do, we want to be filming.
Yes. Please film it and have an ambulance nearby.
Yeah, probably. That'd be a good idea.
That's my advice. All right. Doug says, any credence to the Ed Oliver trade rumors? I believe the answer to that is no. Didn't he later post a video of him sacking Field or something?
I don't know.
I
was following that for like
a
second, and then I just stopped.
Yeah. No, I don't think there's – I mean, I don't – my advice is to stop jumping to conclusions based on what
there
people
we go.
post
Ed
on
Oliver, posted a video of him sacking Justin Fields.
Yeah.
Okay. So he's got everybody in the NFC North.
So
bring it on, Ed Oliver. If you don't want to be a Bear, we don't want you either, buddy.
He's under contract with the Bills.
Doesn't mean that he doesn't want to be a Bear. He could want to be a Bear. He could be saying, trade me to Chicago right now. I want to be a part of the next great thing in the NFL. Send me there.
As we detailed on the show yesterday when this came up, all of his sacks came against the NFC North, which is probably why he was posting photos and videos of his sacks, and it was just a coincidence that they were all NFC North teams. Those were the teams he got sacks against.
Makes sense.
I don't even remember the Bears playing the Bills this year, so apparently that happened.
That was a real thing that happened yesterday.
Yeah. Do you remember that game?
Well, I was there, but yeah.
It's very
remember.
cold.
Yeah.
It's very cold.
It was super cold, that game.
And the Duke here, $9.99. Sorry I was late. Very hungover from watching the Bulls last night. Booze was not enough to numb the pain.
Booze was in attendance last night. Booze, Noah, and Lou Aldang.
He was.
See, Booze was hanging out.
They rewarded him with a great performance.
They showed him on the screen, and then they were down 23-1.
Yeah, it was weird seeing the one there. Oh, my God.
Who made the free throw?
Zach LaVine split a pair.
What a shock. He split a pair. He never does that.
I want to throw one bit of respect at Zach LaVine. He actually tried to bring them back last night. He was playing hard, and it was when the game was over. I'd also like to throw.
I liked that it was 23-1 because I saw that on Twitter and was like, well, don't have to turn this game on tonight.
Yeah. Yep.
I felt bad for Mark K, man. Dude's flying over here from Melbourne.
Hey, they were 3-2.
We saw a bunch of good games.
3-2 while he was here.
Yeah.
Right, but it
Mark
was his
K had a good run here in Chicago.
He had a great run.
He had a great
He saw the
time.
real Bulls.
He didn't deserve
He saw
that.
the real Bulls.
He didn't deserve that. And did you see?
He told everybody they were going to lose that game, including Nick, who apparently still bet on the Bulls.
All right, forget about Mark K. Let's talk about Mark. Let's talk about Mark C. Did you see my question?
Did you actually bet on the Bulls?
I bet on the game.
What does that mean?
So just points and stuff. I didn't put him on money line or anything.
Did you win?
No.
Because you thought the Bulls were going to win?
No, because they didn't score. They didn't do shit.
He told you that.
Well,
does
he said they were
DraftKings
gonna
give
win.
you like 17 bonuses a day just begging you to bet?
They're like, we got this sucker.
Nick is the best client that they got.
All right, wait, hold on. Before you go Bulls here, Nate threw another $4.99. He said, I was never ruling out JSN, just more so frustrated with Bear Twitter slander of DJ Moore because they want JSN. I would absolutely love JSN at number 9, just to clear that whole thing up. Thank you, Nate. We appreciate it.
Hey, Nate T, you know who would also love JSN at 9? That would be QB1. He would love to add JSN to that skybox at the United Center to hang out and perhaps even tell Chase Claypool, don't get too comfortable here because we ain't bringing you back, buddy. Something along those lines. Did you see my question last night to Doc Rivers? There, Adam Hoge?
No, I didn't.
Nick?
No.
Lawrence? Nobody knows. Just Carm.
Well, it depends.
Doc Rivers.
You talked to Doc Rivers last night?
He's the head coach
Why?
of the Sixers because I'm me, and because I love Michael Jordan, and because Doc Rivers competed against Jordan as both a Hawk and a Knick and a Clipper. But let's focus on Atlanta and the Knicks.
I love that so far this year, you just have a Bulls credential and you go there when you want to ask players about Michael Jordan or Derrick Rose.
Yes. Somebody's got to do this stuff.
Like, that's your.
I love it.
That's your.
That
that's
role.
your thing.
That's your
beat.
That's a very important role. We need that role fulfilled.
And you do it.
And so I said, Doc, what's
Did you say it like that too? Doc.
Doc. Let's talk about your career in Chicago as a player playing in Chicago. Your one All-Star team that you made was '88. Everybody remembers that when Mike beat Wilkins in the dunk contest. So Doc talked about it. It's like actually that was his favorite. What's that?
I don't remember Doc on the All-Star team.
Well, I mean, he played 16 minutes. It was his one All-Star game. It's okay that you don't remember it. But Jordan came in at halftime of that game. He tells the story and starts basically yelling at Mike Fratello, who's coaching the East, because the Hawks had the best record.
The czar
I'm
of
not.
the telestrator.
I'm not losing at effing home in my All-Star game. Start playing the guys that actually played defense back in the day when the NBA All-Star game was actually a competitive game. Play Doc. And so Doc was like, I was cool with Mike. I was like, oh man, Mike wants me out there because I play D. Then he said, then I went to the Knicks.
Wait, so he's telling all this last night?
Yeah.
What was your question to him?
I said, give me your favorite moment. When you think about your time playing back home in Chicago, what stands out?
Cool.
And so he referenced the '88 All-Star game.
Got it.
And then he said, and then I went to the Knicks, and we were competing against each other, and we didn't speak for 15 years. And neither of us wanted to talk to either one. Because Doc was a competitor, man. Doc battled. So that's my Doc Rivers tidbit to end up my week on the CHGO Bears.
Well,
I don't want to go anywhere. By the way, I'll be doing a sidewalk show with whoever will join me later. I'm sure Braggs is doing a Spaces. Nick and Will will be back here tomorrow.
I won't be on those Spaces.
Hoge, you going to tell everybody about missing you? We're going to be missing you a little bit.
Oh, yeah, I'll be in Arizona next week.
Hey, me too.
Yep. So, Lauren, who's producing?
I don't know.
Ooh.
Lawrence is you're taking a vacation?
Spring break.
Spring break, baby.
Got late tickets. Remember we talked about how they were like $2,000 a pop. They went down. Thanks for not gouging us completely.
Still
terribly.
like 700. Still too much.
Way too much, and we're like leaving on Tuesday and then
It's terrible.
coming back on Monday.
Good job.
Yeah, there you go.
We're out
Nice
there.
little break.
A lot of pressure on me and you, Nick.
Yeah.
Good luck with that.
I'll
got
hang
it.
out with you guys one day. I'll be down at the owners' meetings and
I'll
pop on.
I'll be here Monday. Actually, I won't be doing the show Monday, but I'll be in Chicago. Sorry.
Ryan Poles, Floos, George McCaskey, Kevin Warren.
Hey, Robert. Yes, spring break. That's for students, not adults. I have a child, Robert. Thanks. Thanks for your input.
That's how we plan our lives, Robert.
Around
We get 1 week where the kids aren't going to school. That's vacation week.
We are efforting also some extra guests as we always are around here, so that could be popped in next week as well. Herb Howard's going to be with us on Monday. We do know that one. That one's confirmed. Herb's awesome.
Love Herb.
H squared. And,
Tune in.
And Casey's dad just showed up.
All right.
So
I got to respond to text because I'm getting accused of from both my father and his friend that he's with in Arizona. Shame on you for picking against Kansas State. To my knowledge, I haven't picked a single college basketball game.
How could you do that, Adam?
So I'm very confused at the slander I'm getting thrown my way right now.
All right, hit the like. Cubs is coming up. Let's go.
Bye.
Come on. See you later.
I love you.